Okay, hello. Welcome to a Smash 4 guide. I'm making this video for a friend of mine called Marshall. This is going to be a joint Little Mac guide because my friend is interested in playing Little Mac, and then also Smash 4 fundamentals. So because of this, this is going to be a bit cluttered as I'm doing multiple things at once. First of all, I just want to talk about Smash 4 fundamentals. Before I start, I want to say Little Mac is a very good character to actually start the game off with, so I'm actually quite happy that my friend wants to play Little Mac, because Little Mac teaches you many things. Little Mac teaches you movement, lots of good movement. He also teaches you how to recover safely, how to keep your double jump, how to land, because he actually has a weakness in these movements. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to actually just I just realised I prepared myself very well, because I actually think it would be good if I get another controller, even though I'm doing this by myself. I'm actually going to get another controller, and just so I can show some things that I can't do unless I have another controller with me, or another person, but I don't have another person. I did do a take of this where I tried doing it online, but it kept disconnecting because recording and playing online is not the best. It's not the best combination. Let's just say. So here we are. I've got another controller. So if I just put this on, there you go. I can just do that. So anyway, I'm going to go over the basics. So first of all, I'm going to go over the move list that all characters have. So all characters have this. So first of all is your jab. So if you just hold the A button down, you'll do a rapid jab. And if you mash the A button on them, you do a rapid jab on them. So there are two versions of this jab. You can do hold the jab as I just did, or 1, 2, 3 jab, which I just failed because I'm dumb. So anyway, I'm going to actually turn control off just for this bit, because I'll lay it when I need it. And that's the 1, 2, 3 jab. So that's the basic jab. Rapid jab, you can hold it for as long as you want on them, but they can get out of it by DIing out, which I'll explain later. So that's his jab. As well as this, you have 3 tilts. So up tilt, down tilt, and forward tilt. So you do this by just holding one direction slightly and doing the tilts. Or if you have tilt stick on, which is a control set you can have, you can just flip the C stick, makes it easier. As well as this, you have smash attacks. So you hold one direction and A, up and A, or down and A. So just press 2 both together, and there you go, and you can charge it, which has properties on itself that I won't explain in this video because it might be getting. But that's the basic ground movement for now. As well as this, if you dash, press A, you do a dash attack, or if you grab, you can do a dash grab. And just so you know, on default controls, you can press the Z button to grab, as well as dash grab, or you can hold shield with the R button and press A to also do a grab out of shield. So those are the basic ground movements. Now we go on to aerial moves. So if you just press A in the air, you do what we call neutral air, which is from itself. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aerial moves. So neutral air, up air, which is obviously up and air, down air, forward air, and back air, which is different from forward air. So forward air and back air are different. Back air is usually stronger than forward air for the majority of characters. So keep that in mind. Now, in Little Mac's case, his aerials are different from most characters because they all are really bad. Because he's a ground fighter, not really an air fighter. So you want to avoid being in the air in general. Just to show you, his aerials have really bad lag, So if I do back air and land, I'm holding shield as quick as possible, and that's how long it takes, which is really bad for this game. You can see that he's kind of hunched over after he lands, and that just shows you that he isn't liking it. He isn't liking being in the air in general. That's one of his main weaknesses, being in the air, as well as that he has very bad aerial mobility. So yeah, that goes over all of his aerials now. Though keep in mind, his neutral air is pretty good just for helping him to land, because it's one of the quickest quickest aerials in the game, and it's actually, I think, 2-3 frames, maybe even 1 frame. I heard some people say. I haven't checked the frame data, so don't quote me on that. But I do know it is one of the fastest aerials in this game. Just going to check if it hits behind him, and it does, which is pretty good. But yeah, so keep that in mind. So yeah, there's that. That's all of the aerials, and that's all of the ground moves. So just so you remember, I went over his tilts, which is just holding one direction and pressing the A button at the same time, not at the same time, but separately. And smash attacks, which is just pressing the move, the directional input and the A button at the same time and holding it, or just not holding it, whatever you want. That's smash attacks. I'll go over the special moves now. Has 1, 2, 3 special moves. 1, 2. That's what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4 special moves in the game. So neutral B. So Little Max in this case is I don't remember the name of the actual special move. It's just a charge attack, and this has a special property on it, and that it helps him tank hits. So if I press A, and I don't have control on like an idiot, Paul presses this move, it actually helps him tank hits, so it gives him special armor, just like that. So it's hard to do this at the same time. So yeah, that's his neutral B. Most of his moves in general have arm on them, just keep in mind. So all of his smash attacks also have arm on them, which means that as he's releasing the actual smash attack at the same time, so raid, he'll tank the hit, he'll take the percentage, but he won't take any knockback, and he will still hit them as a result of it, which is very good. He's one of the only characters, he may even be the only character that has that on all of his smash attack. It's something you need to keep in mind. It gives him an advantage on the ground, which is what he is. He's one of the best ground fighters in the game. So his neutral beat also does that. So it's also good in the air, just to help you land, because again, his landing is awful in general. Also keep in mind that he has to release the B button, so he has to do the attack mode. So if you press it, you're committed to it. It doesn't have that much cooldown considering what it is, though it can still be punished on shield. And if he does the whole thing, so if you charge it all the way, he just holds that for ages before you can shield. So that's his neutral B. His side B is a launch punch move. If you press side B and press nothing afterwards, do an attack until he hits it. And if you press B at any point doing this again, you'll do the move itself. It's a good move. Again, this has arm on it. Yes, pretty much all of Little Mac's moves have arm on it. So yeah, that's his side B. It also is a recovery move. You can only do this or up B, which we're going to go over next, off stage to help him recover. And it's pretty good. Guard. I know edge guarding. I haven't even started talking about that yet, but I'm just saying you can use this if someone's off. If an opponent is recovering from off the stage, you can actually 2-frame by jumping off stage yourself and then side B back onto it, which is pretty good. And it can ledge jump them too, which I'll go over later. So that's his side B in general. His up B is this here, and it's a pretty good move. And you can combo into it from down tilt. A lot of his combos do start with down tilt or up tilt, so keep that in mind. Yeah, that's up B. So this is obviously a recovery. If you're obviously off stage, it's not the best recovery, of course, as Little Mac's recovery is the worst in the game, probably. But yeah, it's actually got. I don't think this has armor on it. I think this might be the only move, only special move of his that doesn't have armor on it or a counter. But it's mainly a obviously recovery move. Mainly a recovery move, but also a very good aggression and kill confirm. His best kill confirm, apart from KO punch, is this up B, which I'll show you. It combos from down tilt up B. And also you have up tilt, up B, which was a true combo. So both of those were true combos. And he also has down throw, if I don't suck. I don't suck at this. If I don't suck with Little Mac, obviously. But he also has down throw, and I'm messing up again. Down throw up B, which might not combo anymore because he's at 5%. So if I just put him as, say, the down throw is less consistent than the down tilt or up tilt, which is actually good because his grab game sucks anyway. But if you do happen to get a grab, you can do this like that, which I finally did. For damage or kill confirm, from what I know of, it is a kill confirm. If it isn't, please correct me. Okay, so I've already got it. So the next special move I'll go over is KO Punch. This is by far his best move if he has it. So as you saw before, there was a meter. This goes up. I know for certain it goes up when he takes damage. I think it might go up when you deal damage as well, but I might be wrong. But this is his best move because it kills as early as 10-15%. So when you get KO Punch, it goes away when it goes into what we call a tumble animation, which is when people hit you and you're forced to tech on the floor or something like that, which I'll go over in a bit. But anyway, if he goes into the spinning animation, that's when he loses KO Punch, and when he dies, obviously, is when he uses it. KO Punch is good because it can kill really early, and you can combo into it at low percentages, but I don't think he has many combos into it at high percents. But when they're at high percent, you're going to be looking for down tilt anyway, because you can do that into up B or side B. Well, side B is that's low percent combo as well. Now at low percent, so you have down tilt into KO Punch, which is a true combo, and kill people as early as 20%. One of the best moves of his, obviously, and one of the clutch moves of Little Mac. When he's losing a game, he has that to help him clutch the game out and win. If he's at 150% and they're at 20, and you just killed the Little Mac, just took their first stock when they're at their last stock at that higher percent, KO Punch is usually the factor that will help them win the game. Unfortunately, I don't think he has much apart from that for clutch factor, apart from his just severe damage output. Regardless, it's still a very good move, and you should be using it as well as your armor. So yeah, that's side B, up B, and the last special move he has is a counter. It's unfortunately one of the worst counters in the game, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't use it. If anything, you need to use this because so I said before, Little Mac has trouble landing. He has a 1-frame aerial, which can help him break combos, and he has neutral B to help him tank hits in the air, which is still but as well as that, he has a counter, and this is not really good in neutral. You can still use it if you have a good prediction. You could use it, but the best use for this is when you're recovering, because it helps you recover. And if you see the animation for it, which is going to be hard to show you because I haven't got anyone to take proper control of Mario here, but I can show you what it looks like though. If I can get the timing down. So yeah, that's the counter itself. And as you can see, here it makes him go forwards. So if he uses off stage, sometimes he'll punch forwards and land. Now the thing is, this combo doesn't kill like ever, from what I know of, unless it's like really high percents. It's not really useful. It's not really used for that anyway. It's helpful, as I said before, it's useful for recovering, but it doesn't really kill, and it can miss. So you can legitimately counter them, and then he'll do the counter animation, but it won't hit them. It'll just go because they did a move maybe when they're landing, like going below you, like up air or something. So yeah, like Cloud's up air, which is a sword that raises upwards. From below, he'll just punch forwards, but he won't hit him because Cloud's below him. It's quite funny. It's quite sad actually, if anything. But yeah. Anyway, that's his counter. So that's pretty much that. That's what that is. That's all of the moves that's all of the moves that most people have in the game. KO Punch being an extra move that Little Mac has specially. So, a few people have special moves like that, but most people in the game, like a basic character like Mario, has only 4 specials, 3 tilts, and 3 smash attacks. and 5 aerials. You know, that's usually just all the moves in the game that characters have. So that's all of his stuff. I'm going to go over movement next. So obviously, movement in this game, you have your standing still position where you can do all of your moves and moves and specials, and then you have a walk-in. Now, one thing you need to know about this game, and it's something you should keep in mind early when learning this game, is that walk-in is one of the best things you can do in this game, and it's better than dash when you just hold up the direction. Walk-in, you just slightly tilt your stick and you'll walk. The reason why walk-in is so good in this game is that you've got access to all of your moves, and it's so good in the neutral game. The neutral game is like, to explain the neutral game, it's Mario's on one side of the stage, I'm on the other side of the stage, and our neutral is how are we going to get in on each other, how are we going to put them in a disadvantageous state, such as the edge, and that's what the neutral game is. Now, walk-in is so good in neutral because you have access to your forward tilt, your up tilt, your down tilt, your smash attacks, your specials, though you don't want to be using max specials in neutral, but anyway. So yeah, walk-in is just super good. Now, that doesn't mean you should never dash. Dashing has its own uses, and Little Mac actually has one of the fastest dashes in the game, so it's obviously useful to dash sometimes. It depends on the situation. Like, I'm not going to tell you when to dash and when to not dash. Like, you should just learn that for yourself. But I'm just saying, for every, like Smash 4 fundamentals, walk-in is super good in this game. As well as what helps you in your neutral will obviously come later in terms of advanced techs such as perfect pivoting, and foxtrotting, you know, stuff like that. All of that will help you in your neutral later. Tech, like special tech, movement techs, that's hard to execute maybe. You know, all of that will help you in your neutral. But for basic neutral, when you're first learning the game, just walk. You know, walk-in is still good even at top level. Walk-in is so good. Like, I've talked about this. I've just been talking about walk-in for so long, but it just shows you how important it is in this game. You get access to all of your moves. It's just super good, and you should do it. And as I was saying before, you have your dash. Now, you get obviously a dash attack. That's an extra move that every character has, which you can only do dash in, because obviously it's called dash attack. And as well as this, you have grab. But yeah, so walk-in, that covers walk-in and dash in. Okay. As well as this, you have roll-in. Okay, so when I talk about roll-in, the first thing I'm going to say is that obviously you should never spam roll-in in this game. It's good, like, don't get me wrong, and that's one thing people like at top level don't actually understand, that roll-in is good. Obviously it's not good to spam it, but it is good, and it's actually, roll-in's better in this game than it was ever good in Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and Super Smash Bros. Melee, because roll-in has less lag on it than it does in those games. And some characters have better rolls than others, and Little Mac actually has a pretty good roll. I think his roll is actually one of the best. The best rolls in this game are people like Meta Knight, Mewtwo, Palutena, any character that has them like teleport or just sort of do a weird what do you call it? Like, I don't know what to call it, but it has no lag on it basically. So it has like no recovery. It has no like lag on it after you do the animation. Things like that are just hard to punish. You can still punish them. You can punish any roll in the game, but I'm just saying it's harder. But in general, this game, roll-in is actually pretty good. And Little Max makes them travel pretty far as well. And you can use roll a lot in neutral. I won't recommend ever spamming it, but I'm just saying it's a good movement tech for him. So roll-in is executed by holding the shield button, so R, and tapping left or right. And that's pretty much it. That's roll-in for you. So you can do things like roll behind jab, roll behind down tilt into combos, stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much roll-in for you. Now the next movement is spot dodging. Spot dodging is done by holding shield and pressing down. Now spot dodge is a really, really good thing to be able to use to read people's and stuff like that. Because spot dodge literally makes you invincible for a couple of frames. It's the only way to block throws, if you want to call it block, but dodge is a dodge. So it's the only way to dodge throws. So Mario tries. I don't think I could actually do this with myself, but I'll try. But if Mario tries to grab and I spot dodge in reaction to it, oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, you avoid it. As well as this, it still dodges normal moves, so you can dodge attacks, you can spot dodge attacks. But the thing is, obviously, like rapid moves, you can't spot dodge. Like you just can't spot dodge those things. So yeah, that's what spot dodging is for. Now it could be punished by being baited after certain options. So if I do a pretty laggy move, that could be punished, and then I think they're going to grab me for it, and I spot dodge, but they wait for me, so they wait for my spot dodge and charge a forward smash. Something like that is like pretty badly. That's pretty much how you punish spot dodging. Like everything can be punished in this game. I've said this plenty of times, but so yeah, if I'm charging and I am late to make Mario spot dodge, then yeah, that's pretty much the heaviest punish you can do for that thing. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the ground movement. That's actually all of the ground movement in this game. It's pretty simple. Obviously, shielding is you just shield defense. So shielding in this game is actually different from other fighters. It's something you should keep in mind. Shielding is not free in this game. I'm talking to you, Denblue. Sorry. Out to my video with every shield break I got on him review. But anyway, shielding is like a bubble, and what people don't actually do enough, and what you can do is you can move your shield by holding slightly up or down, doing it, and obviously your shield gets smaller over time until it pops, boop, and then you're in a shield break situation where most of the time you should be dying for that, and you can mash your way out if you do get shield broken. Just like with grabs, if you grab someone, you can mash out of like jabbing and stuff. And the higher percent you are, the more you have to mash. So just keep that in mind. Same with shield breaks. If you get shield broken at say 0%, you can actually get out of it quite quickly if you rotate the sticks a lot. So yeah, there's that. I'm not going to go over the ledge in this video. I'm actually going to make a separate video for that. One more thing for general movement is that in the air, you got something called air dodging. Different from Super Smash Bros. Actually, yeah, Super Smash Bros. Melee. I think Brawl had a similar air dodging mechanic. I may be wrong, but in comparison to Melee, you can air dodge as many times as you want in the air. It's actually quite free. I wouldn't say free, but I'm saying it's freer than it is in Melee because it helps you get out of juggle situations. So every character in the game has one. Some characters have better air dodges than others. So again, Mewtwo's, Palutena's, it has them disappear, literally disappear as you air dodge. And some people have like no landing lag as much when you air dodge, which is something you can keep in mind. Something to keep in mind, because most characters have lag when they land with air dodging, and that gets punished. So like do a down throw and they mash air dodge or something, you can punish it with say a forward smash or something. So I'm just going to mash R on this guy's controller, and there you go. You can obviously you do that quicker, but I was controlling them. So yeah, air dodging can get punished as well. Everything can get punished, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't air dodge, because air dodging is something that some people don't expect if you keep jumping out of situations, like using a second jump. So yeah, mix it up. Always mix it up. Everything I've explained so far, you just need to mix it up. With everything I teach and talk about, it's all about mixing it up. Sometimes the dumb options are actually the best options. Air dodging is generally seen as a bad option in this game, like after down throws and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you're smart, you should be mixing it up. Like some people, jumping out of down throw is what most people do. Like this grab is so bad, by the way. But anyway, jumping is what people normally do after that stuff, and you can punish that if you're a different character, because Little Mac doesn't really punish that sort of stuff. But that stuff can be punished with up airs and stuff like that from most characters, which people don't understand. But if you air dodge, you can get out of situations. So you just need to mix it up all the time. some people say never air dodge after Robin down throw because you can get forward smash, which is true. It's very bad to do that. But if I know you're going to jump, I'm going to up at you. And that does a lot of damage because it's Robin's up there. But yeah. And it's something that you should keep in mind. And by the way, I didn't even say, air dodge is done just by shielding in the air. That's pretty much actually it in terms of... So I covered, just to recap, everything we talked about. We talked about Little Mac and just people's moves. So jab, A button, forward tilt, slightly tilt and press the A, or C stick, or just use the C stick if you have tilt stick on. Or smash attacks, directional input plus A button. Little Mac has arm on it, so you use that a lot because it's actually safe on. A lot of his stuff is safer on shield than people think. I didn't actually mention. Little Mac's smash attacks also have tremendous shield damage. Something you should keep in mind. I find this hard to do, so yeah, just do that. That pretty much covers it actually in terms of movement. That pretty much covers everything that I talked about. That's movement. I will make another video at some point to cover ledge get up options because that's incredibly important in this game. And also things like tech-in and stuff like that, but that's more technical stuff, and I will cover that another time. But for now, my friend, which I'm making this for, watch this and learn, pretty much. And when you come down, I will definitely show you how to do this stuff.